Hello friends, welcome to Block Bytes. In the last video, I talked about atomic swaps and why it is safer to keep native tokens on the parent blockchain instead of using wrapped tokens. But atomic swaps can only be used across some blockchains. So is there a way to move and swap assets between chains without using bridge tokens? Let's find out. Assets and tokens can only be moved between blockchains that are compatible with each other. Distributed applications like bridges help fill this gap, but they rely on wrapped or intermediate tokens to move assets, which is inefficient and complicates the user experience. For example, if you want to send USDC tokens from Polygon to Avalanche blockchain, you must first connect to a bridge between Polygon and Avalanche, mint wrapped USDC tokens using the bridge, and convert these back to USDC on Avalanche to use it. This is not only cumbersome, but it also requires the user to have AVA tokens on the destination chain to perform this action. Stargate Finance changes this. The cross-chain bridge enables native asset transfers between different blockchain networks. It is explicitly designed to remove the need of wrapped tokens and enable users to send native tokens directly to non-native chains. Currently, it only supports Ethereum and a few well-known EVM-compatible chains, which we will see later. Let's find out how it works. Cross-chain communication like bridges has a trilemma similar to the blockchain trilemma. The bridging trilemma encapsulates the design choices developers have when creating bridges. The three parameters in question are instant guaranteed finality, unified liquidity, and native assets. Bridging achieves instant guaranteed finality by a mint and burn or burn and redeem mechanism, in which the bridge locks the native assets on the source chain and mints a wrapped token in a 1:1 ratio. The advantage of this mechanism is that the process is entirely non-dependent on the destination chain and its liquidity, and it is fast because minting an ERC20 token does not take time. But the disadvantage is that now the user is responsible for recovering this, or rather reconverting this wrapped ERC20 token on the destination chain to the actual token, which is an additional step and requires to have fee on the destination chain. Another disadvantage is that bridges are an easy target for hackers, as seen in the chain analysis report. So while the mint and burn bridges solve the instant finality and unified liquidity problem without worrying about incompatible native tokens, it is a cumbersome process susceptible to attacks. Stargate's design eliminates the use of wrapped tokens and provides instant guaranteed finality of transfer using only the native assets from the source to the destination chain. The user is not required to perform swaps on the destination chain manually, and it appears to be better secured than bridges, as no hacks have been successfully done on it so far. The reason for this is the magic sauce that powers Stargate called Layer 0. Layer 0 is an omni-chain protocol that allows Stargate to communicate bidirectionally between source and destination chains, allowing the movement of native assets across multiple chains in a seamless manner. Now that we understand how Stargate differs from other bridges, let's look at the application itself. This is how the homepage of the application looks like. It is a simple design that resembles a lot of like other bridges. Let's start by connecting a wallet. Once connected, you can go to the source network and select from a list of supported blockchains. And the same with the destination network. Select the destination network. Next, select which token you want to move from the list. As you can see, the destination network changes depending on the source network. which means that not all tokens can be sent to all networks on Stargate. If we change the token to USDC, you can select from all the other supported destination chains. Here on selecting Binance Smart Chain, you can have the option to swapping to USDT or BUSD. The other important feature of Stargate is that it lets you send an additional amount of fee on the destination chain so that you can perform the final approved transaction there. This is how Stargate overcomes the issue of not having fee on the destination chain. Once you have the number of tokens, you can go ahead and perform the transaction. Stargate lets you become a liquidity provider or LP on their platform and pool your resources. Once an LP, you can farm for STG tokens using the several farms available. The STG tokens received as farming rewards can be staked to receive more tokens. However, the staking rewards are not great. STG is the native utility and governance token of Stargate and is used for staking liquidity provision and participating in protocol governance. The protocol has a time-weighted reward structure which increases the amount stakers get the longer they keep their tokens locked. This reduces circulating supply pressure while incentivizing users to stay staked within the project for a longer duration. In terms of token allocation and distribution, there is a maximum supply of 1 billion STG tokens. Leading up to the launch, 10% or 100 million of the tokens were auctioned off to generate liquidity. Of the rest, 35% is allocated to the team and investors, and 30% to the community. At present, around 630 million tokens are already in circulation, and a total supply of 1 billion tokens will be reached on 19th March 2025. Let's look at the project performance now. Since Stargate Finance is a bridge between blockchains, its revenue comes from the fee it collects from user transactions on it. The fee collected is seeing a steady rise, which is a good indication that more and more people are using this bridge. The total value logged has not moved much, which can be considered a good sign given the market conditions. The active user count shows a steady increase, which is another good sign. Stargate also enjoys the #1 spot on the basis of volume and transaction count according to DeFi Llama. Unfortunately, I could not get developer information on the project, which is a very important metric as it is a good indicator of the level of work going behind the scenes and the interest level in the project within that community. As an end user, any project that simplifies the process of using crypto is a Stargate Finance achieves this with its simple UI and innovative underlying design, which creates a seamless experience for the end user without the extra burden of dealing with wrapped tokens. No wonder Stargate Finance is the leading cross-chain bridge. Although it has still a long way to go before it can achieve 100% interoperability between supported chains, as we saw earlier. I also hope to see other popular blockchains like Solana, Cosmos, and Polkadot get added to the Stargate, which I am sure the team is already working on. I hope you like this video. Do like and share, and I will see you next time with another fresh bite. Bye.